Hello, everyone. Video 2 for today. Let's see here. I wanted to talk a little bit about medical debts, kind of with medical debt and medical care for all, put it all in kind of one little basket because they're all kind of connected. Let's see here. Let's start with, I am one of those people that believe that everybody should have a certain level of medical, security, that you get sick, you're going to be able to. Now, elective surgeries, okay, I understand. Now you can get supplemental insurance for that. Okay, if it's not something that's, I'll let other people judge where they want to, spend on that one. But I do understand that one. But at least everybody has a certain level of because otherwise, the system that we have right now, if you have people that don't have insurance, a lot of them end up in the ER. Yep, they just go to the ER, get surgery, and then all that, and then they get a big ER bill that nobody pays for, and that goes to the courts, and it goes to collections, and nobody cares about the collections, and then it eventually, if they get no response, then it gets written off, and essentially that's the system that we have. It's very, very broken. Ends up costing you way more because also things balloon, right? All those costs. Now, if you had the government being your arbiter, they have more power than just you do. That's how that works. The same concept with unions. You by yourself do not have as much power as a whole group of you, all your workers, because of course you can strike. If you just strike, it's like, okay, bye, pal. But if everybody strikes, then they have more power. Same concept. Even more power, actually, for the government, since they set the terms for everything. So, medical debt. I'll give you a little personal story. I've had a couple of run-ins with this whole concept. Let's see here. The first serious one was I was going off to college. I had to delay college 10 years because I had to wait until I was out of my parents' that age where you have to consider your parents' income and all that stuff. I had to do it on my own, doing that stuff. So I waited 10 years. So I left my full-time job to go to BG, Bowling Green. I'm here in Ohio. Hello. And I got a kidney stone in the interim before school started. So my work insurance had just expired, or was about to. I think Megan and I, that's my wife Megan, and I talk about that. It was a gray area that I think I might have had a couple of days of it. And I didn't sign up for Cobra because it was really expensive. We couldn't afford it. So I had a really bad kidney stone. I was hoping it would just go away. It did not. It got to that, pissing blood area. Anybody that's had a kidney stone, it's really no fun. Pain, temperature, all those infections, all that stuff. But, hoping, hey, it'll pass, it'll go away. I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to go to the ER. It's going to be very expensive. And it was like $5,000 without insurance, in case anybody's wondering how much that costs. But it was one of those situations where it was like, oh, I can't afford this. I'm going to forego getting the medical treatment I need. And I imagine that happens a lot here in the States. That happens all the time. People die. And, I could have probably died from that infection as well. But I understand the mentality is like, oh, this is such a burden. We can't afford it. Blah, blah, blah. And it's true. It was a huge burden. I had to go take out I had to take out a personal loan to take care of that. And I paid it off for years because that actually was a lot of money when we didn't have any money. So that was one of the situations that it would have been really nice to have the government to, make it so that, if you're sick, you'll actually go and get the help you need instead of worrying about the financial side of things. I do understand the libertarian concept of, oh, that's your problem, why should I have to pay for it? But come on, people. We're in a society, we're supposed to take care of each other. These are children concepts, take care of each other, love one another, all that stuff. Oh, sorry, that's Mormon bringing up. But anyway, you should. Golden rule. I'm no longer debt. But anyway, I still understand that concept of caring about each other, wanting to make sure everybody's safe, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Second time. Let's see here. I have diabetes, so needless to say, I wasn't on insulin yet, but I did have a bag of drugs, big bag of drugs, injectors, not insulin, but you know, you still have to inject and stuff. So we're talking about a bag of drugs of, you know, $300, $400, yeah, pretty expensive monthly. Insulin would have been cheaper, actually. But same concept with that one. Money was tight, and I felt like, ooh, maybe I can get away with skimping on my stuff, like still buying it, but then, you know, being slower to go get refills, taking a lower dosage, all that kind of stuff, which is also probably a very common, especially for the elderly that can't afford their meds. This is another situation where it's not, you could run into problems by doing that kind of stuff. That's another one. I'm currently in remission with the diabetes. My wife and I have another channel here where we talked about, we actually ended up getting bariatric surgery. I had the duodenal switch with biliary pancreatic diversion, and that's helped put it in remission so far. So, but that's that history with that. And we did get that paid through insurance, because we hit our deductible because we both had surgeries that year. So that was helpful. And honestly, this is one of those areas where some people would consider that an elective surgery. So, you know, if you had it Medicare for all, they might not have paid it. So this is one of those situations where I wish if and when they ever do decide to make it so that everybody has universal income, they'll actually be intelligent about it and see that, you know, the outcome of something like that outweighs the misery of, you know, going the other route. You know what I mean? Like, them not considering it was an elective surgery, but it helped the situation. So it's one of those, you know, one of those situations where, but then also still having the supplemental insurance as an option too. So those are a couple instances where the medical debt, because there are some people that are just drowning in medical debt, just much like the student loan debt problem. There are folks that, but you can actually file for bankruptcy with the medical debt as opposed to the student loan debt where you cannot, which I think is one of the worst things ever. That they really do need to just go ahead and, everybody talks about like, well, I can't have anybody pay for my car and all this stuff, but you can file for bankruptcy for your car, can't you? The other thing that's annoying with the student loan stuff, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do medical debt, but this is something I was thinking about. Like here in Ohio, they changed the substitute teacher's license. Now you can get your substitute teacher license without having a college degree, which kind of ticked me off because that was one of the things I was touting. I was like, oh, look, I'm using my degree. But now you can do it with just your high school diploma. So I'm like, can I just return my diploma then, and you can take it because I haven't moved an inch, even though I've been paying for this for 10 years. Can you take it back? No, that you can't take it back. But I'm also one of those people that was like, yay, 10K, it'll be back in a minute. It didn't really do anything. It didn't fix the system. You know, sorry. But the medical debt is a similar situation with that, where you're burdening your population with all these debts that could be taken care of through the system. Now, some people will say, oh, the government's too corrupt to be able to do such things. Then get a new government. I mean, you should expect more from your government, honestly. That's why we have them. If the bureaucracy and all this stuff, then this is ridiculous. Why can't we have these systems where intelligent people get rid of the cronyism? We need to move on. We need to have a system where we take care of our people. So, same concept: student loans, medical debt. These people need to get out of the financial misery. Somebody talked about debt jubilee. that sounds good. A reset would be really nice. So, anyway. You're not going to see me for a bit. I'm busy this week. And then next week, we are on vacation. So talk to you later. Bye.